Hey guys, it's March 2019 and this is what we are reading in our household. Stay tuned. All right, I gotta make this fast because I got somewhere to go and I'm looking like Janet Jackson from Rhythm Nation. So I have to change all this bling on. My friend and I have a challenge going on where we have to wear everything in our closet, including accessories, everything, whether it fits or not. So I got this get up on. So I take the picture, show it to her, like, I did it, I wore it. Now we could extend that challenge and make, because all you have to do is just really put it on, but we didn't say how long you have to wear it for the day. So we might have to adjust the challenge part. But anyway, so I got all, that's why I look like I'm about to perform at halftime at the Super Bowl. Now, today I want to share with you just a quick little video on read alouds, why you should do them. Read alouds, and that's just the way of saying you sit your behind down with your child anywhere, on a couch, on a bed, in the moon, at the barn, wherever you are. You sit down with your child with a book, and you read. And you discuss and you ask questions and you listen to your child's voice and cadence, and they listen to your voice and cadence, and they ask questions and they snuggle up with you, and then they don't snuggle up with you, and you're reading and they're learning so much. And you're getting each other all hot because their kids are all up under you, sapping all of your oxygen and stuff, but it's so fun. Okay, so I got this book a long time ago, Jim Trelease's The Read Aloud Handbook. I highly recommend this to all families, not just homeschoolers. This is a bestseller. And what I like about Mr. Trelease's book is that he lists a lot of books, and then he'll give you like a little review. A review of the book, and then the grade level, and why this will work for you. For example, he'll divide the books up into different categories. Like he has his favorite rhyming verses. He has a section on wordless books. I'm not listing all the books here, guys, because I'm going to just direct you to his book. He lists, he has lots of categories for books. I just lost some of them. But anyway, he lists lots of categories. So whatever you're looking for, predictable books, reference books, picture books, short novels, full-length novels, poetry, anthologies, fairy, and folk tales. So all of this is a great reference to find some books that your child might be interested in. And just in case you're wondering, Jim is not really a proponent of audiobooks. He thinks as a supplement it is fine, as a supplement only, but not as full-time, this is how your child gets reading done. So he is a big advocate of, sitting down with your children, reading, exchanging ideas, having conversations, building vocabulary, building critical thinking skills, and most of all, using good quality living books. So with all that said, so what we are reading, and I said March, but you don't start reading like March 1 and then stop reading March 31st. So things carry over. So we're actually, one child is carrying over some reading from my oldest is reading some books that are carrying over from February, and my youngest two, they are starting new books. Okay, so with my oldest one, who is in 6th grade, he is reading Animal Farm. He's actually taking a class that's all about Animal Farm. It's a 6-week class that breaks down the book. You do not have to be a high schooler to read this book. Now, I initially got this book, and here's the thing with classics, you have to watch out the version that you get, because sometimes the typesetting is crazy, especially if you buy on Amazon. And this one is such a great book, but I knew I would want some pictures, plus it's really thin. So not good for a 12-year-old who's already clumsy with stuff. So I found this version, hardcover, lots of color, lots of illustrations. Look at that. Glossy, semi-glossy pages, bigger type font. Holds the interest of the child. She's got pictures throughout. So this is the unabridged version. It's not a Treasury Illustrated Classic, which are abridged versions for younger readers. So then it has the appendix with all kinds of extra stuff in the back. So this version, boys, I'm recording. This version, my son, the 50th anniversary version, my son really likes. He's finishing up White Fang. This is our reading. The Animal Farm is for a class he's doing, although we're reading it together. But for us, we're finishing up White Fang, and then once he's done with that, we're going to do a comparative essay, because he read The Call of the Wild by Jack London. Both these books are by Jack London, and so we'll compare the two books and the themes. Okay, so that was my 6th grader. My 4th grader, he's finishing up How to Train Your Dragon. Right now, the book is MIA. And he's very bummed out about it because he wants to watch the movie that's out currently, but he can't find his book. So you better find that book. So he's doing How to Train Your Dragon, which the book is MIA. Sorry, guys. And then he's finishing that up. I think he has 2 chapters left because he really wants to see the movie, which he cannot do until he's done with the book. But since my son is so into business, starting the business, running the business, he's doing the Children's Business Fair coming up. I got him this book, The Lemonade War, which was my oldest son's book that got wet from making lemonade. And this is a really fun book. It's actually a series, and it's just a nice little bird eye view into how kids at, I forget what grade they're in. I think they're in 4th grade. How they see the world, how they view business and competition through the eyes of young kids. It's really funny seeing how, you know, they're so emotionally attached and things to how to run a business. So this is a really fun book by Jacqueline Davies, The Lemonade War. It's a brother and sister who are like competing with each other to sell lemonade, sell a product. Okay, so that is my 4th grader. He's also finishing up How to Raise Your Dragon. I'm sorry, I wish I had the book to show you, but that book is missing, and that book needs to be found today. And then my youngest one, okay, so we go back and forth. He's really into the Magic Treehouse books and Weird School series, and those books he can really finish in a day. So I'll read 1 chapter and then he'll read 1 chapter, and since those go really quickly and they're not classics, because I like to do classics for our read alouds, but gotta break the rules. But we're gonna start on Peter Pan, J.M. Barrie, and we'll be reading that one. This one, I got the wrong, well, this one, I like this version. It does have pictures in it, and it is an abridged version. But some of the classics you have to watch out because the language is pretty intense. They don't leave things out, which I'm totally fine with. This one is just because it's for young readers. It's not as intense as like the original one would be. But for those of you who like an abridged version or a sanitized version, Treasury Illustrated Classics, let me show you what that looks like. They're a good choice. Actually, I have a lot of those books because you can read through a lot of classics. They have pictures. The font and typeface is really easy on the eyes. This is what one looks like. So this is what Treasury Classic, and I buy all of mine from eBay. There's a seller who sells them for $3.99. You buy 3, you get 1 free, something like that. Normally they're like $10 a piece, so $3.99 is pretty good. So hardback, very colorful, and pictures like 1-page spread, sometimes 2-page spreads per chapter. So it's just a great way to read classics to your child. So with my 2nd grader, we are doing, I'm sorry, I said we were going to do Peter Pan. I put that off because there was another, I want the illustrated version of this, the Treasury Illustrated. So I have that on order. But this one I read with my 4th grader a long time ago. So we are reading Alice in Wonderland, and that is upstairs in his room because that's where we were reading. But I do have this version. I have multiple versions of all the classics, but this one was really for me to read, just to refresh myself. But Dover Thrift, I love Dover Thrift, but you have to watch out with this publishing house because look at this. Look at all the typeface is hard to read, and it's tiny. And they're, you know, the pictures are okay, but maybe for you to read, but for your kids, especially your younger kids, Treasury illustrated books are, to me, the best. And then we're going to read Freckle Juice because there is a girl, it's a story, but we're going to read Freckle Juice because there is a girl that we know that has freckles. And okay, so that's what we're reading. So for my 6th grader, it's Animal Farm and finishing up White Fang. For my 4th grader, it is finishing up How to Train Your Dragon, so he can watch the movie that's currently out. And oh, what's the other one he's reading? How to Train Your Dragon. Oh, and The Lemonade War. And then my 2nd grader is reading. Mo, what Magic Treehouse book are we reading right now? Twister on Tuesday. And the Magic Treehouse books, they come with fact trackers. It's another book, a separate book, and it has all the facts and information about the subject from the original Magic Treehouse book. So Twister on Tuesday, the fact tracker talks about twisters, natural disasters, things like that, and that's pretty cool. And then some weird school book, I think Mr. Klutz's Nuts. All the titles rhyme in that series. And then as our read aloud, we're doing Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, but we're doing the Great Illustrated version. Not the Wizard of Oz, but the Great Illustrated Classics. That's it. Great Illustrated Classics, or Treasury of Great Illustrated Classics. So that's what we are reading, March 2019. And let me get out of here. I need to take this Janet Jackson Get Up off my head and get back to normal because, honey, all this stuff right here got me blinged out. I might get robbed. All right, so that is that. I hope you found some value in that. Try something new with your kiddos. All of these books I've read to my oldest, and he loved them. And you know what? Really, you can read anything you want. It's just snuggling with your child and just letting them listen to your voice and you listening to their voice and just being present. That's really half the battle. And then as a bonus, their vocabulary will increase. They'll start recognizing cadence and syntax, and depending on what you are reading, maybe you throw in some poetry. You can, the sky is the limit. There's so much learning that can happen in good quality books, living books. So, so question of the day. What read alouds are you reading in your home, and do you even do read alouds? And if you do you use books? Do you use audiobooks? What do you like to read? Where do you like to read? So really that question of the day has like little spin-offs. So let us know below in the comments, and I will see you on the next year. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe. Click that notification button to the side so you will know every time, so you won't miss any of my videos that come out every week. And what else? I guess that's it. I just wanted to bounce in here and get a little video off and then bounce out. So I will see you guys on the next year. So until next time, keep living that homeschool life, y'all. Bye-bye.